You walk into a store ready to buy a new laptop. The 8GB model seems fine, but the salesperson leans in and says one word, future-proof. Suddenly, that 8GB feels dangerously inadequate. Your hand hovers over the 12GB option. Your wallet feels lighter already. What just happened to you wasn't a sales pitch. It was psychology, and it's about to cost you everything. In April 2026, the tech world is facing a brutal reality. A global RAM shortage is driving up the cost of memory chips, and manufacturers know exactly how to exploit your fear. They're reshaping what normal means. For nearly a decade, 8GB was the undisputed sweet spot, the baseline, the good enough standard. But now, tech companies are aggressively marketing 12GB and 16GB as the new normal. This isn't just about evolving technology, it's about reshaping your perception of value. When a new higher anchor is established, your mind instinctively reframes the old one as insufficient. The fear of buying the wrong thing kicks in, and suddenly, you're not analyzing your actual needs anymore. You're reacting to the fear of being left behind. To understand why this works, you have to understand how we've always bought technology. For decades, consumers have relied on simple metrics to feel in control of complex decisions. More RAM meant more power. More storage meant more security. These were easy numbers to compare, easy numbers to understand. They gave us a sense of mastery over an overwhelming array of choices. But in 2026, something shifted. The supply chain broke, memory became scarce, and suddenly those simple metrics became weapons. The news spread fast, viral videos, headlines screaming about soaring prices. On social platforms, a single explanatory video about the RAM shortage racked up over 14,000 likes. This wasn't manufactured hype, it was real economic disruption. But the psychological effect was something marketers have understood for a century. Scarcity creates urgency. When we believe something is rare or about to disappear, we want it more. This triggers what psychologists call the scarcity principle. Your rational mind, the part that might question whether you truly need 16GB to check emails and browse the web, gets silenced by something older and more primal. The fear of missing out. The conversation in your head shifts from, what do I need, to, I need to buy this now, before it becomes even more expensive. There's a second trap waiting too. Deep in our evolutionary psychology lies a hoarding instinct. We buy phones with massive storage, just in case. We download every movie ever made. We pay premiums for extra RAM, just in case. We suddenly take up professional video editing. Your brain is trying to protect you from future regret, but it's making a poor calculation. While you're paying for that extra RAM, manufacturers are quietly making cuts elsewhere. That laptop with the tempting 16GB might have a dimmer screen, a slower drive, or a less premium build. Your mind becomes so focused on one large number that it fails to assess the overall value of the entire package. Here's what matters right now. In 2026, the psychology driving your decision is the same psychology that's been driving human behavior for millennia. We fear scarcity. We crave control. We seek simple answers to complex questions. And companies have learned to weaponize all three. The rising price of RAM isn't just an economic issue, it's a psychological one. It preys on your cognitive biases, your fear of falling behind, your panic in the face of scarcity, your instinct to hoard for an unknown future. The next time you face that choice between 8GB and 12GB, pause. Step outside the sales narrative. Ask yourself one question, not how much RAM does it have, but how much RAM do I actually need? By understanding the psychology, driving your decision, you reclaim control from the spec sheet. You make a choice that benefits your workflow, not a company's bottom line. The most powerful tool you have isn't a spec sheet. It's awareness. When you understand how these biases work, you become immune to them. Subscribe to FactstormHub for more stories about the hidden psychology shaping your decisions every single day. And for the full breakdown of this story, head to factstormhub.com.